Hey there, it is Beth, and we're doing favorites, true favorites. Last year I was so sick I never got to do any favorites, and I kind of missed it even though I was so sick I didn't care and couldn't sit up. So, yeah. But we're back this year, and we're going to start with the older decks that I'm still grooving on, and the first is the new Wave Tarot. There's a different edition out. I don't know if it has the black lace on the back. I do know the front's a bit different, and the corners around it, which is nice. I love this deck. I still reach for it frequently. It's fun, it's quirky, it's pertinent. I think it's well thought out. Who's on what card? There's how they did it. I like the discs. Pentacles are the records, the discs. There's wands are eyeliners, and how lucky of me. Cups are teacups. I love Nina Hagen as the Empress. Empress. Hold to Throne 5 from the Pregnant Lady. Nine of Discwords. Where are you? Looking for you, but you're hiding, oh yeah. And Grace Jones' Strength. Ugh, I love that one. It's one of my favorites. Kate Bush is The Moon, which is... Why can I not find... there is one. Finally, I'm like looking for swords, which are microphones. How cute, huh? And I could not find any. All I kept finding was more things. But yeah, this still remains a favorite deck that I really love to use. And partly because the little new waver in me just loves New Wave from the 80s. I still listen to it. Punsky Beats, Small Town Boys still rocks. I still love The Cure, Susie Banshees, and Bauhaus, along with a bunch of other new music. But yeah, New Wave Tarot remains a favorite, and these are not in any particular order of being a favorite. I just started with the oldest ones, and I did buy some new decks the other year, so there are a couple new ones. This is the Legacy of the Divine Tarot. It remains a staple. There's the back. I still really like Chiro's decks quite a bit. I have more than one. So there's Seven of Swords. And see, now look at this Empress compared to the Nina Hagen one. Very, very different vibes. And there's some times where you want to bring in a certain vibe when you're doing a reading for someone. And that's why I like having different types of decks, because that really can help do that. I think this one's pretty. I like his use of colors and things like that, his visuals. You'll often find that he puts some of his own artwork in the background, so if you look at something hanging on a wall, good chance it's tarot cards or oracle cards from his oracle deck in the background. And that may be more in the Dream of Wands, Tarot Dreamers, or whatever that one is. Not seeing anything, and I don't feel like looking through the whole deck. His Five of Cups is a sad one. But yeah, so just one, keep reaching for it over and over and over again throughout the years. Still enjoying it. Actually, I still really like all his decks quite a bit. It's a good solid workhorse of a deck. It reads nicely for me, at least. Yeah, I just really enjoy it. If you're not huge on digitally generated art, you might not like it. The next is the Good Tarot. And then this one I like because it's like, it gives nice warm hug readings. There are times when someone, it's also a pretty deck, doesn't need a butt kicking. They need a big, soft, sweet reading that's going to help them get where they want to go, as opposed to like a butt kicking. Because there are times where you just like, you're doing your best. It wouldn't be anything with tarot if I didn't throw something on the floor. And some of them, like the Magician's a little too Santa Claus for me. Not my favorite card in it. Wheel of Fortune's very pretty. Person looking down. Overall, really pretty deck. It's like a warm hug. If someone's struggling already and doesn't need a shove, they're already doing the work, but they're tired, they're struggling with it, this is a good deck to use. I like that one. And here's another Empress, totally different vibe from Nina Hagen and the Pregnant One. Much more kind of Demeter Persephone kind of vibe going on here. The Hermit, bunch of keys. And this is a Colette Baron Reed deck. She always puts out a nice deck. Things like death gets changed to transformation, so it tends to, like I said, it's a warm hug deck. And that's really what it is. When people need a warm hug reading, this is what I go for. I go to the Good Tarot because that's what it will give you. It will be relevant, it'll be pertinent, but it's not going to be like, yeah, we're going to kick your butt and tell you everything you're not doing, because you're already working it. The next one is the 8th House Tarot, and this is a newer one. I love this deck. I bought it because there was it's a little more astrologically related to the tarot. So there's the back and the front. This one doesn't have, oh, it does, Mercury and the Magician. So it has with the have the major arcana have like the planet association with them, which is really nice. And so 8 of water is Saturn and Scorpio. And it's a visually stunning deck, I think. I really enjoy this. It's pretty much digital collage. I reach for this deck a lot for just card pulls. For me personally, it's a lot of fun and I enjoy using it, and it helps me a bit with looking more at astrology and the tarot. It's one of my goals, which kind of hasn't really happened as much as I would have liked it to, is working more with astrology other than retrogrades. But that's okay. Cancer and cancer treatment's kind of a big thing that sometimes gets in the way of living your life and doing things and being well enough to do things. But yeah, fun deck. Nice images. Yeah, I like this one. So I highly recommend this one. use it quite frequently. I enjoy it. Let's try and get it back in the box. You can do it. Yay, it did it. So the last one is also a new one. It's the Star Spinner Tarot. I like this one for the inclusiveness. Then there are several. Okay, they're done. There's more than one Lovers card, and I love that because Lovers has traditionally been my favorite card. So these are the three. I just put the one that I like the best in my deck. You could easily put all four and have 4 Lovers in it, but it gives you options, which is nice. It's not so hetero. This is the Lovers, the male and female couple, a man and a woman. This is a fun deck. There's the back. There's the Tower card. It's very graphic, kind of almost a little cartoony. But the 4 Lovers, just when I saw that, I absolutely fell in love with this. I like the color saturation of it. I like the images. It's just a fun little deck to have. Nice color use. Oh wow, we're in luck. Here's the other Lovers. That's the one I decided to put in my deck. I really love this one because the colors and stuff and the sharing of the heart. Here's the Fool. Fun deck. And I'm really happy about the 4 Lovers, though I didn't know it had that in there. And so when I got it, so here's the King of Wands, which is a raven. Isn't that pretty? But yeah, so, and in a way, it kind of, even though it's absolutely nothing like Morgan Greer Tarot, there is a color saturation, even though it is, some of them are more pastel-y, that the Morgan Greer has, that this also has in a way. In a completely different way, mind you, but there is that color saturation. I really like that. Just, it's a cute deck, and it's fun, and it's pretty. Has some little different volume. 9 of Swords. A little different interpretation of that. It's just a fun deck. And people are green, and not everyone's like super skinny. Some people are mermaids. People are yellow. Remember, I think this does have body diversity in it, which is nice. I like not super skinny. That person looks healthy, as opposed to like they need a donut. There's the Empress. She's beautiful. I know there's some body diversity in here, but it's not coming up now. Let's hide. I mean, most people are fairly thin, but you know, most of them look more healthy than some decks. But yeah. So the Star Spinner Tarot, highly recommend it. It's fun. It's cute. And I feel like you need a balance of like fun, cute decks versus like heavy and hard decks. Heavy hitters and fun stuff. And using different decks also, you know, as I see it, helps your reader skills because you're using different imagery and it brings in different ideas and concepts within that framework that is tarot. Because every time you're using tarot, there's still a framework that you're using. And you read within that framework, within what the deck's imagery is. And that can be really fun, and I think it really helps as a reader to have different decks of different imageries and things like that to use to read. So, just to recap, we started with the New Wave Tarot. Black lace, ubiquitous black lace of the 80s. The New Wave Tarot, still a favorite. There's different edition. It's a different edition out now, so yours will not look exactly like mine. Legacy of the Divine Tarot, still using this one quite a bit. Reach for it frequently. It's still a favorite. And it's probably my favorite deck of his, of Tarot Marchetti's. So, the Good Tarot. Colette Baron Reid, she always puts together a nice deck. It's a warm hug deck. So when you need a hug and not a butt kicking, grab the Good Tarot. The 8th house, just really like it, and I like the astrology it includes. Really love the imagery. And finally, the Star Spinner Tarot. Once again, fun imagery. This is just a cute deck, and it's really sweet. It's fun to work with. And like I said, different decks have different images, and those images help you grow, I think, as a tarot reader, being able to use intuition, the container that is tarot, and also what the artist has envisioned. Those 3 things, I think, really, as you evolve as a reader, do change and grow, and nothing's ever like, this is it and this is how it's done. You should always be growing as a reader and understanding the decks you work with. So yeah, so those are my favorites this year. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful day, and go out there and be the love in the world.